Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the Crew 2. Today we are going to be taking a historic road trip. And by historic road trip, I mean I'm going to be riding a Harley-Davidson and telling you a little bit about how Vegas came to be. So sit back, and I hope you enjoy this episode. If you do, consider hitting that like button. It would help me out a lot, and it tells me that you want to see more content like this. So, without further ado, let's talk about Vegas and how it relates to this route we're taking, at least somewhat. First of all, we are driving all the way from Las Vegas to the Redwood Forest. That part there, the last bit, not so important, but we're going to be basically driving from Las Vegas to California. And that is really a key aspect to why Vegas is, the city it is today. So, for starters, hang on, we gotta slow down through this. Gotta make this turn here. Before this here is, we're kind of literally going back in time here at the very moment because this here is, a lot of the older casinos and stuff are along in areas like this and stuff. And there's, for example, one of the ones that we're going to be talking about here is the Flamingo. The Flamingo was actually a mafia-owned and operated casino back in the day. And specifically with this, the mafia is the reason why Vegas grew to be what it is. There's two characters in particular that are important to this story. So, back in the day, this is more of what you'd expect to see in the route of Las Vegas, minus the streetlights and, well, the highway's a little bit too wide. It would have just been one lane in each direction. But there was nothing out here. There wasn't anything really except for a small town that people could stop and get gas on the way. There was a casino. Some people had established some, small casinos. More so kind of like continuing on. Having like the saloon from the days of the Old West and stuff. And the Mafia saw an opportunity in Las Vegas because they needed a place to launder their dirty money. And what better way to take in money from racketeering and, put it through a casino where no one knows if the money was dirty or if someone actually lost it legitimately at the tables. And so that's a large reason why gambling, it's had such a legal issue with it because it's very easy to launder money through gambling operations like that. So, gotta make sure everything's above board with that. So, the Mafia saw an opportunity in Vegas, and so they went and they sent some boys out there to, try and move into the market there and establish, a good operation for laundering money. The problem is that in order to launder money effectively in an institution like that, you actually need to have people coming into your casino and gambling, because if there's no one in your casino, then it's pretty hard to believe that you're pulling in a bunch of money when no one's ever there. How are you pulling in all this money? It raises a lot of suspicion. And of course, the thing of it is that, the FBI, they were not stupid. They knew what was going on. The problem is that it's hard to make a case. It's a lot easier to make a case when no one's ever in that casino, and yet somehow all this money is coming in. Once again, it's more so speculation, not rooted in evidence, but that can sometimes be sufficient. Anyway, so, you need people to actually come. Dang it. Well, that was a bit of a mess up. You actually need people to come into your casino and gamble their money. So, that's why they picked the Vegas area, because it's a short distance to California from Las Vegas. Relatively speaking, you could drive there, spend the weekend, spend your money, go back to work on Monday. Feeling, a little hungover and a few dollars short of, a few dollars. And so that was the, big opportunity. You had a large traffic source from Hollywood and Los Angeles. And specifically, they started getting it, it's as things started to grow. You know, we're going to bring in Bugsy here and the Flamingo. He was only on the job, you know, as far as controlling the Flamingo for like 6 months before he was killed. Went out in a rather extraordinary way even for the time. Anyways, so basically, you have you have a bunch of people that are coming here to gamble and stuff, and they might be, you know, specifically, it's going to be mostly men, and they're bringing their wives and their girlfriends or whoever they've decided to bring with them. And yeah, said wives and girlfriends aren't necessarily as interested in watching money just get thrown, you know, pretty much just put on a table and disappearing. So what's the solution to that? Well, Bugsy was one of the early ones to recognize that, hey, you know, this is a great opportunity here. This goes beyond simply laundering our dirty money. This is an opportunity to make some real money here. And by real money, we mean do it legitimately. Let's set up a resort type thing here. You know, let's get people coming in here. Let's get some shows going and stuff. And as I said, he was only on the job for 6 months, so his dream was never fully realized. But the whole idea was that, okay, we bring in some entertainment, so set up some shows, and now there's something for, you know, the female companions and stuff that were coming with these people that were coming to gamble to entertain themselves while their husbands, boyfriends, or whatever label you really want to attach there are off gambling, so they can go, you know, go see a show. There's something for them to do. Go to a spa. And so individuals like Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack, you know, they came in and they were putting on shows. And so that made it a lot easier to, you know, convince, you know, people to come. Now, as I said, Bugsy, he didn't last very long there in that. But he got the ball really rolling there. I mean, it was rolling before him a bit, but he, you know, his idea had carried on there. So enter a certain other individual here, Lefty. Now, Lefty, there's actually a movie out there, a very well-known movie, that's pretty accurate to his life. And, you know, it's actually got some pretty good accuracy for a movie. There's obviously some extra drama added in regarding certain things, but it covers a lot of the events that actually occurred at that time, and so this is now during the 70s and stuff. That movie, by the way, is called Casino, so there you go. And as I said, it's fairly accurate regarding stuff, but it does detail kind of the collapse, well, what, you know, a lot of events that occurred during his life and ultimately led up to the collapse of the mafia in Vegas. And yeah, that was particularly during, you know, it's set during 1970s through 80s, and it's during that time in particular where things got really interesting regarding, you know, Vegas growing and stuff and becoming what it is. Lefty, he couldn't actually hold a position, you know, in the casino because he couldn't have a gaming license and stuff. He did have positions in the casino, but they gave him titles like drinks manager or something like that. You know, these titles that were not related to the actual gambling and stuff and didn't seem very important, but in reality, he's the guy who's running the show. So, long story short, with the collapse, you know, with the FBI finally, you know, bringing in the old guard of the mafia and stuff, and it really collapsing and stuff, the corporations moved in. And today, you know, it's really you know, you have really two big presences there and stuff. There's two big corporations that pretty much own the majority of the big casinos in Vegas. That's MGM and Caesars. And yes, that's the name of the, you know, there's casinos there by those names, but those are also the, you know, it's like MGM and Caesars Entertainment. I can't remember what was at the end of MGM's name. But yeah, they predominantly have all the hotels and casinos on the strip. And it was also, thanks to this, that we also got all these kind of outrageous themes, although that seems to be really tapering off these days. There's, a lot of them seem to be losing the themes. And kind of back in the day, hotels and casinos, the lifespan of them weren't that long, but now people have such, favorites and stuff that, at least for the big ones, they don't, really close down and are torn down and replaced with something new too frequently now, which I think is kind of a good thing. But as I said, we have moved kind of away from the themes of a lot of the newer ones. They're a lot more just generic and stuff. Anyway, so what does this have to do with this road? Well, Las Vegas wouldn't be what it was if it weren't for people driving from California to, good grief, I'm gonna hit every part here. Driving from Las Vegas, or driving to Las Vegas for the weekend and stuff. That's really what allowed it to grow and stuff. There was no airports at the time. Now there's, a major airport there. And Las Vegas is a major place for conventions and, various events and venues to be, had. So, kind of an interesting thing regarding this route is that, specifically, once you kind of get out of Las Vegas a little bit, there's a specific stretch of the interstate, and that stretch of the interstate actually has a pretty heavy police presence during peak travel times. So, for example, let's say it's a Friday night or, and stuff, you're going to have a lot of people that are traveling from California to Las Vegas. They're coming there to gamble. And there's going to be, in particular, basically I think it's like Sunday night as well as like Sunday morning. There's certain times where there's just a line of police cars ready to go to catch speeders and drunk drivers. And it's really impressive to watch them do that. It's a very well choreographed operation. It's amazing how many people they catch, with DUI and, just excessive speed. So yeah, I think that it's really impressive to watch them do that and keep the streets safe. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit different. Next week we're going to be doing some proper street races, not another historic road trip with Black Wolf. Specifically, it's going to be some more motor flips races. So that will be a lot of fun. It's going to be at least 2 episodes of Motorflix races. So if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that subscribe button to catch more.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo.